You are now listening to The ACE. That stands for Astra and Cynthia Experience. So you're asking yourself, what kind of experience are you going to get? Well, buckle up, because this ride that you're about to encounter will... I'll let you see where it goes. Here they are now, Astra and Cynthia, The ACE.
Well, coming up on today's show, we got our 5 news bites of the week, which includes the latest on the Travis Scott Deadly Astroworld concert, Kanye's new fling, and the guy from Barstools. He's got some latest accusations that we're going to be covering, plus our topic of the day on cheaters, why they do it, and more. But first, our personal weekly recap. I'm going to kick things off because it's my birthday week. We're going to cheers to that one.
Yes. Tomorrow, to be exact. So in a few hours, right? A few hours.
Well, technically 9:01 p.m. tomorrow is my birthday. Okay. And trust me, I stay right to that minute. But yeah, so I'm kicking it off because I had a great start to my birthday week. I don't know if you guys had seen my Instagram page, but my good friend Wayne Brady was in town. So we caught up, had some drinks over at Hunt and Fish, one of my favorite spots. And then I was super excited because he's here in town. He was doing a show on Broadway, which he was like, I got you tickets, no problem. So I was like, sweet. So with that said, I'm going to pass the next week recap over to you.
So yes, so I had an amazing weekend, not only because I was with you, but because I stayed in the city. And again, Wayne Brady was nice enough to give us tickets to his freestyle Love Supreme, which was amazing. And also Sunday, we went to the Boozy Drag Queen brunch, which was something I've never gone. I always wanted to go to one of these, but it was so much fun.
Yeah. So for anyone who wants to know, it's Lucky Chang's. Now, a lot of people know Lucky Chang's because actually I went to Lucky Chang's many, many years ago. It used to be way downtown in the city. Now it's actually in Midtown at Iron Bar. It's actually technically the secret room, but being it's a secret room, you need to know the address. So if you just look for Iron Bar, it's downstairs from there. And how did you enjoy it?
Oh my God. Honestly, I had so much fun because like we're so used to doing the same thing, same places. And it's all good because obviously we go to these places because they have either we love their food, their drinks, or whatever. They have a certain type party. But it's just nice to do different things. And we were dying laughing. I love entertainment. I just love shows. So we got 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday. Who's better than us?
Nobody. Listen.
And we got some amazing tickets for the Wayne. Thank you, Wayne Brady.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Between that and between the 2 shows, I have to say this is the best kickoff to the birthday week ever. So thank you so much for being part of that with me. And of course, the rest of the week, we're going to be partying all weekend long. So of course, we'll fill you in on that next week. But it's time to get the show on the road and kick into the news bites.
Woo!
So Travis Scott's Astroworld, the major headline of the week, 8 people died, hundreds injured. There's been over 30 lawsuits already that have started to roll in. They're suing Travis Scott, Live Nation, and even Drake. I kind of feel bad that Drake is being brought into this because he was kind of just a special guest. But what's crazy is one of the attorneys was saying there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, by Friday. And ever since then, of course, Travis, he said he's going to cover the funeral costs of those who died. He's going to offer free mental health care and additional aid to those impacted. Now, here's something kind of interesting I want to bring up. You know how much I love TikTok, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I have been scrolling like a mofo through TikTok, and almost every single video on the For You page is talking about Astroworld and everything that was happening, a lot of the people that were there. And from one thing that I have noticed is a lot of people are calling it one specific word. They said that it was very demonic.
Yes, I've actually heard a lot of that from a lot of my Christian side of my friends. But well, before getting into that, I was just also going to say, I saw a lot of TikTok videos saying where, the time where he just kept singing and didn't stop. But then there was some videos that finally came out later on that he actually said, stop, we need help over here. Someone come help. So it's you never know exactly what the truth is because the media obviously portrays one side and another side. So, but with the demonic, yes, I saw that. And that was very intense. And it was uncomfortable for a lot of people, and who are, spiritual or religious. It was, what do you think about that?
I mean, to break it down, they were saying that, it started off with his flyer alone. I mean, there was the eye on it, which, represents the Illuminati.
Mhm.
They were saying something about, I think, something about partying like to death or whatever it is, or whatever it was. I forgot the exact wording. And then it was also the stage. The stage was built like a portal. So what they're saying is that it's almost like you're getting sucked into hell pretty much.
Yeah.
And
I
plus
don't
all the
know.
fire and everything going on. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if that's media or like part of his thing, or does it mean
Well, they're
something
saying
else?
people are saying it's satanic rituals and that he knew what was going on. I mean, listen, I did see him stop the show a couple of times, but when people are chanting, help me or stop the show, and you're on stage coming from somebody who does things on huge arena stages and you're hosting, you can hear what's going on out there. If you're hearing, help me, stop the show, why would you continue going? I mean, it's not like they're saying, yeah, we're having a great time. If people are screaming in like fear, I would be like, dude, what's going on? Like, what's that? Like, even if you can't fully hear it, you hear muffled sounds of something's wrong. Plus, he saw the ambulance lights. Something's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, also in his defense, I'm not defending him completely, because I totally agree with what you're saying. Also, as he's an artist, he's in the middle of a performance. You got to realize he has his earpieces in, like, you're in the motion of like doing your act, because it's an act, so like you're already focusing on what you're doing. You're not really focused on what people, you hear obviously sound. So, I mean, in that defense too, you don't really know exactly, or maybe like you could overpass, you hear something, but you're not sure. At the end of the day, there's so many commotions going on in a festival,
Mm-hmm.
so it's hard to like totally blame him, I guess.
I mean, of course, we've got a lot of unanswered questions, which hopefully we'll have answers to real soon. But moving on, speaking of the whole Kardashian clan, Khloe got a lot of heat the next day because she was posting these thirst trap pictures, 3 of them on Monday to be exact. She was posing in this sheer like dress. So she's showing off her figure, doing her Khloe Kardashian thing. And everybody said she's being tone deaf for what just happened. I mean, her, Kylie, Kim, they were all, putting out statements about everything, which, by the way, speaking of the whole Kylie thing, because she was there with Stormy, and a lot of people are even pissed about that. And they have death threats out on Stormy.
Oh my God, I didn't
Yeah.
know that, but
Yep.
I knew she was there. I mean, I'm assuming she was with a bunch of security, obviously, but
I mean,
as far
people
as
say they're like, she's a pregnant woman. What was she supposed to do? Well, she was in the VIP section, which was further set back from the stage. She was able to see exactly what was going on in front of her. She definitely saw ambulances. She definitely saw some stuff. From what I heard, they escorted her out with like a hood on, and she was trying to like, make her way out or whatever. But I mean, she could have called one of his people in the backstage and been like, listen, something crazy is going on. Like, we need to shut this show down.
yeah, that, or I'll be honest, I think, how far along is she already? She has to be like what, 6 months or something?
Easily.
Well, whatever the case
We
is,
never know. She likes to keep it quiet.
yeah, well, she's showing a decent amount, so I probably wouldn't be going that type of establishment, especially it's not even a concert where you have seats. It's a festival concert.
Mhm.
It's like, so I probably wouldn't be there being pregnant with my
Young child. Girl child.
I don't care how many security guards. It's just, it's not, again, it's not like a concert where you have all these seats. But as far as Khloe, she does not catch a break, man. She does not. And I feel bad. Listen, Khloe, if I was looking as good as you were, I would probably post. But at the end of the day, she probably should have waited a week just to like
Easily.
things cool down. That's
Easily.
it.
I mean, listen, I know the Kardashians like to try to deter, the focus off of what's going on. So they try anything they possibly can. That was just not tasteful. That didn't help. It actually kind of might have made it worse. But prayers and condolences out to everybody that was affected during Astroworld. And speaking of somebody who's also affected by the Kardashians, Kanye, or should we say Ye, which he changed his name. Ye is moving on apparently, although he says he still is married to Kim and considers her his wife. According to Page 6, he's dating a model who is half his age. The girl is 22 years old. And apparently they've been dating for a while. They were seen out and about, I think, at like a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Courtside, of
yep,
course.
yep. And he just admitted in an interview too, which nobody knows if the interview was recorded before Kim has been seen out with Pete or not, but he is saying, I've never seen divorce papers. I'm still with my wife. My kids want their parents to stay together. I want us to stay together. But meanwhile, he's out and about with a 22-year-old.
Yeah, and he's saying like, I still want Kim as my wife. Like, I don't know. Do you want to keep her because you know she's the hottest thing going? Think about it. In Hollywood, she's one of the top, I would say, 5 women going. And also, they make a lot of money together. They're an empire, you know. But I don't know. You never know, right? Is he getting a little jealous because now he's got the big dick Pete?
The BDE, big dick energy.
Yeah, big dick energy. Who knows, right?
Or from what I've always heard about Kanye being, in the closet, kind of, sort of, maybe he's a little jealous. Maybe he wants Pete. I don't know.
Like, who knows? Who knows,
maybe
man?
He wants a threesome with Pete.
But if it's the case that he really did say the interview that he wants Kim still as his wife, and he's also dating this she's beautiful, this 22-year-old model. She doesn't have 2 names. She has a 1 name. It's Vintria. She's Russian. Oh. By the way, she's Russian. And but is he trying to have his cake and eat it too?
I mean, what man doesn't?
Like, is that just how it goes for every guy that has power and money? No.
It seems to go for any guy with or without power or money. That's just what they think
true,
about.
True.
And moving on to men. Barstool sports guy David Portnoy accused of unwanted, overly rough and violent sex, which of course he's denying. He's been accused by several women who are coming forward saying that he's abusive and humiliating to them. And one woman even said, ready for this? She said, quote, "It was so rough. I felt like I was being raped. He videotaped me and spit in my mouth and choked me so hard I couldn't breathe."
Okay, well, I have a few things to say to this.
Any man tries to spit in my mouth, I will beat the living crap out of him. Just had to put that out there.
See, I don't agree with you because everybody has their own likings in their sexual activities.
Well, you can spit into Cynthia's mouth, everyone. She apparently likes it.
So what I'm trying to say, like in his defense, well, first, he's 44 and he's dealing with 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds. So right there, these, I wouldn't say women because they're not these girls. They don't even have nowhere near their experience, the sexual experience that he has. Therefore, the spitting in the mouth, the choking, you know what I'm saying? They're so new. So now these girls have no idea. And now they want to sue, or now they're putting out accusations. Like, listen, honey, then don't get involved with a 44-year-old. Like,
but also, see, here's the thing: a 44-year-old man hanging out with a girl, not woman, girl who's in their early 20s, is treating them like a sack of shit. Let's be real. I mean, that's not your future wife. That is a fun toy. Just like when girls have their fuck boys, this is his fuck girls. They're the fuck girls. That's what they are. So to him, it's for him to pleasure himself with his kinks, like you stated, and they have no idea what this is all about. They haven't been around the block and back again, so they don't know. So they don't
even know what they like. Like what I said,
they're like, first they probably
they're used to like laying on their back and 1, 2, here we go, like, and that's it. They're so young.
They get involved because of the perks, because they think, ooh, look who it is. Not realizing that, they're going to be treated like they deserve to be treated in his mind.
And what I don't like, and we've heard many celebrity accusations that, people come out and look what just happened to Governor Cuomo. I mean, I can name 20 off the bat, but just you guys understand, like, people in power, okay? When a woman gets with them, whether they're single or married, now they have the upper hand because now they're going to try to accuse them of something. And most likely the women always win for some reason. And then another woman comes out, okay, well, this, and at the end, you don't really even know what's true and what's not true. But when you mess with a man in power, or maybe even a woman in power, you have the upper hand to sue and this and rape. This guy raped me and choked and spit in my mouth and stuck his finger in my butt.
Whoa. What kinks are you into, girl?
No, but like it's always something. And I think it's so annoying to me. Like, oh, you want to just get a cup, you just want your name out there now, like you're gonna try to come out. I don't know. I mean,
listen,
really.
whether he did do it or he didn't, which most likely, I looking at him, he looks like a freak. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and try to judge, but he looks like a freak. So at the end of the day,
is a freak, he's a freak.
Exactly. At the end of the day, if that's who he is, then you know what? God bless him. But he needs to then find his matching freakness. That's it. Like apparently the girls he's
well, you never know who's freak before you get with them. Maybe find someone more you're experienced a little bit more that would. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know,
young freaks out there.
Or just be more careful. Like, you know, I don't know.
Just have the conversation. That's really it. It's all about communication. You could talk about things you're into. You can get a sense of if somebody's feeling it or not. If you start talking about things you like in the bedroom and a person's like, what? Right there, you know, okay, can't go that far with this person. But if they're like, ooh, that sounds hot. Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, because we've been in situations where like whether I would do something or I wouldn't and you wouldn't, or you know what I'm saying? Vice versa. You kind of know beforehand, like, okay, I don't know about this guy. Like you know what I'm saying? But exactly. Communication, people. Communication goes a long way. And we always talk about this with whether you're talking to someone, married to someone, engaged to someone, having fun with someone, it's still communication.
Yeah. And speaking of that leads into our fifth news story of the day. Woo! According to the New York Post, there was a mom that revealed that, well, actually she discovered that her husband was cheating after her daughter was using the family iPad. But here's the kicker. She's got no plans on leaving him. And here's the double kicker. This isn't the first time he's cheated, because what happened was the daughter was playing with the iPad. She accidentally opened up the messaging app. The wife saw all these flirtatious text exchange with different women. One woman was sending pictures nude from the top up. Apparently her husband's been stepping out on her for over 10 years. They've been married 11. It started on the first year when he went to Vegas, because obviously we had to read the article about this, but she's saying, yeah, it's happened multiple times, but she still wants to work things out. So now she wants to go to marriage counseling because she does not want to leave him. Idiot. Okay.
Can I say weak woman, insecure woman?
If you listen, I'm not going to judge anyone who wants to try to make things work after the person cheats, because sometimes
people make mistakes.
And even though some of those mistakes are not, you know, I can't say, oh my God, I'll forgive you. Some people, you know, are strong enough to do that, and God bless those people that can do it. However, when you give someone an inch and they take a mile, that's where it becomes a problem.
Yes. So, I mean, again, we have a lot of people, married people, who have 100 reasons why they stay, 100 reasons why they don't stay. Personally, if this happened to me, again, I'm not married, but when I say one time, okay, maybe. And if it happened earlier enough, I don't know, but multiple times, absolutely fucking no. Like that's just humiliating me now. This man does not, I am a true believer, a man, he does not, after the first time he cheats on you and the woman knows, I believe
and you forgive him.
No, and you forgive him. I believe, and this is like known facts from articles from doctors and psychologists, that a man doesn't respect you anymore. And as much as he can care about you, of course, it's an automatic that he loses the respect for you as a woman. Therefore, the chances of him cheating again and again are very high. Men are very simple. I always say this. Men are very simple creatures. You have to do 3 things.
Here we go. Let them have it. What are the 3 things?
Wait, now.
There's 2 F's in there. You gotta
make sure you feed him.
That you fuck him,
and have his balls empty. That's it.
When you fuck him, hopefully his balls get empty.
Exactly. Well, you got to figure it out to do it some way or another. Doesn't always happen with sex, but figure it out. Well, come on, guys, read a book or something. Watch Pornhub.com.
That's only two things. So what's the third? The third is, you know what you do? You show him that you appreciate him. That's one of my big things. If a man does not feel appreciated in the relationship,
oh, it's done. Yeah,
done.
He'll start veering.
Absolutely.
Appreciates. It's simple. I tell everybody, people could say, why, you don't know this, you're still single. It's because I choose, because I don't settle, or
Same.
you don't settle. So
yep.
again, and that leads to
our topic of the day. So the big question is, why do people cheat? Why do they cheat? And I'm not saying why do men cheat, I'm saying people, because women cheat too. I personally, I don't think I even personally know any women who have cheated, but I might. I have to really think about that. I mostly know men who cheat or have cheated, but why do people cheat? There are 8 reasons I found out why they cheat: anger, low self-esteem, insecurity, lack of love, low commitment, need for variety, neglect, sexual desire, and situation or circumstance. Now, I also found that it can include, obviously, unhappiness and dissatisfaction with the marriage or the relationship, whether it's emotional or sexual. And like I said, feeling unappreciated. When you feel undervalued or neglected, that's going to make a person want to cheat, because, why is this person giving 100% when they're not receiving anything back?
Yeah. I feel like the appreciation for a man is key. And that goes before the sex, believe it or not. I feel men just want to be appreciated. They just want to be like thanked for, most men are usually the men of the house. I'm not saying women don't do it, but a man is supposed to be the man. That's where that verse came from, man of the house, And as long as there's going to be couples that don't, after, being married many years, they don't fuck all the time. And guys will be like, and that's fine, but now you're lacking in A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I've heard stories, women are bullies their husband, puts them down, or they don't cook, clean, do laundry. They don't do nothing. Right. So you don't have to do all of them, but you have to at least,
do your part. You got to do your part.
Then if you don't do any of the cooking, cleaning, having sex, then make him feel appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You have to get at least one of them in. And if you don't, then I don't feel bad for you being cheated. You get what I'm saying? Is it right? It's never right. It is never. But you get married not to be comfortable and forget about your spouse. You get married because you have vows, because you love this person, and you're supposed to marry this partner that you decide you want to grow. You want to grow and
thin with.
Exactly. And it only should get better. Yep. It should get better from when say you get married at 30, from 30 to 40 should be better. To 50, you should even be better, because at this point, you guys are now real soulmates. Like, I got you, babe. I got you. Like,
I mean, it even comes down to a simple, to me, it's like the kiss in the morning, the kiss goodbye to go to work,
little things,
when you get home, little things. It doesn't have to cost anything. A hug. If you don't feel like kissing the person, give them a hug. Affection. If you're not showing affection to your partner's going to feel neglected and like they're not wanted. And when a person doesn't feel wanted, it doesn't make them feel good. They're doing all this hard work to make sure that the house is taken care of or whatever. Kids. Yeah, everything. And if you're not making a person feel, wanted,
they will step out.
Yeah.
The reality. That's the reality.
Which of course leads to our next question. Does a sexless marriage give you grounds to cheat? What do you think about that?
Okay. I obviously never condone cheating, but unless you're obviously sick, have something of a serious, example, cancer or something, going through chemo, you're sick, where you basically lose, you can't control that. Mm-hmm. So that is not acceptable. You could cheat. But if you're absolutely fine and healthy and you don't fuck your man at all, and again, we're not saying every single day, even once a month,
once in a blue.
like if this is a person you love, right, that you got married to, like it's not really asking for much, then I feel like your man or your woman is going to go somewhere else. We are human beings, okay? And we have needs. Every man and women have needs. And if we're not getting them, you know, in the respect of obviously, like, again, we're not saying we need it every fucking day or this and that, but in the, okay, maybe once every 2 months, come on, you know, come on, just take care of who you're supposed to. So do I condone it? No. But if you don't give what you're supposed to, then be ready to expect cheating or them finding someone else. What do you think?
So I look at it like this. If you start to see that the sex is dwindling away, you need to have the conversation and inquire as to why. You know, there could be many factors as to why it's not happening as much as it used to anymore. Either the person could be depressed, you know, the person could be sick, the person could be mentally checked out. I mean, it can vary through a bunch of different, you know, spectrums here, but that's why I always say communication. So if you're realizing that your partner is pulling back from things that they used to do with you before, then you need to have that talk, because you need to nip it in the butt right away. Because the longer you let that gap go by of there being no sex, it's going to become the norm. And then it's like, oh, we don't have sex anymore. Well, did you ever say anything? Did you ever try to spice it up? Did you ever try to make the person feel good about themselves? Did you ever try, you know, like, and I don't want to hear when people are like, well, I tried, but they, you know, they shut me out, or they pushed me away. Okay, then you got to try harder. Because here's the thing, again, like you said, when you decide to get married to someone, and this is the person you love and you want to spend the rest of your life with, things are going to get boring. Things are going to become mundane and redundant. And that's why you have to spice it up. And I'm not saying, you know, bring other people into the relationship, but there are things that you can do to make things more fun. And
there are plenty of things to respark a relationship, but again, it comes down to communication.
Right. And now, and the way I see it with the whole sexless thing, like if the person really is shut down, like, you know what, sex isn't for me, I don't want to have sex ever again, like I'm over it, like I want us to be partners, but I don't want to have sex with you, then comes the conversation of, all right, well, you know what, if we're not going to get a divorce, because that would be the next step, I'm okay with us being together, but we need to have an open relationship. And that conversation needs to be had, because you cannot, just because one person is checked out of something, you can't, you know, project your feelings onto your partner or make your partner suffer.
Because it's not fair to the other person.
You can't make your partner suffer because you're going through something or because you're just not into it anymore. And if you're not, you know, man or woman enough to pull the plug and get a divorce, because let's be real, what do you really have? Like a friendship? Okay, great. Friends are friends, but you need that intimate connection. If you don't have that intimate connection, you're just roommates. And as roommates, I mean, you could have anybody as a roommate at this point. Why would you want to keep someone with you that wants more than what you want to give them? Have the talk. That's what I say. Have the talk and try to figure it out. And, you know, if at the end of the day, it just can't work, then you have to go your separate ways. You know, it's better to break up and be sad for the moment than to have a life of misery.
It's a life of misery, and it's not fair for the other. It's not fair for one person or the other person.
It's not.
So you know, everybody needs to stop being pussies and staying in things because they feel bad, or the kids, or this. It's always an excuse. Just be strong.
Yeah.
God gave us one life to live. And do you want to live in misery?
I mean, as they say, people,
I don't think I do. I definitely don't.
No, as they say, people who cheat are weak. That's really what it comes down to. Whether they and listen, cheaters who are listening to us right now are probably like, we don't know what you're talking about. No, it's because you're in denial. At the end of the day, you're weak. And the reason why you're weak is because you're stepping out on a promise you made to somebody, and you're not man or woman enough to step up to them and say, listen, I'm not happy. Can we fix this or do we move forward? That's all it takes.
And they're scared to be alone.
Right. And you know what? You're scared to be alone, but yet you're not scared enough to go step out of your relationship. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
You know, and then of course now we come up to our third part of our topic, which people are probably like, oh, this is getting juicy. If you found out someone cheated on you, would you want to talk to the other person?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't. Just because I think I would be just so turned off and just I know my ego, I would probably just leave the guy. I would just probably leave the guy.
Same. You know what?
I just have so much respect for myself and that I'm like, honey, you want to go cheat and say she was pretty or ugly? It doesn't even matter. I know who I am. I'll take out the Rolodex. Honey, you think I can't get anyone? That's what I'll do. Go ahead. Cheat with Susie, Mary, and fucking Mary Lou. I don't fucking care because I'll go get Dick, James, and Harry. That's how my anger will be like that. Because when there's someone not treating you right, there's going to be even a better one out there.
That's willing to give you everything that the person that you're hoping would give you isn't giving you. Exactly. See, for me, if I found out, well, I mean, it's happened, so we can talk about that in a second. But if I found out that someone cheated, would I want to talk to the other person? No, I wouldn't want to. I'm not going to be like, get her on the phone. I need to talk to her, because you want to know something. At the end of the day, I don't blame her. I blame my partner. I don't blame her, because even if she were the one who opened the door, okay, even if she were the aggressor, he, as my partner, is still the one that accepted the invitation. So at the end of the day, I can't be mad at anyone but my partner who did the cheating. So I don't care to talk to whoever it was that he chose to be with. That's not my problem. My problem is him. That's my problem. And when I had been cheated on a long time ago, the girl did reach out to me. How about that? She reached out to me. This is a crazy story. She reached out to me because she wanted to be the girl's girl. I want to look out for you because I just want to let you know that this and this and this happened. So I had to contain myself for a moment because my blood was boiling, obviously. And instead of lashing out right away, which I had wanted to do like any normal person would, I held back because I figured, you know what? I'm going to get as much information out of her that I can at this moment, because this is my time to find out what exactly happened. Because if I start screaming at her, I'm going to get nowhere. So I stayed quiet. She gave me all the details. I asked a ton of questions. She told me. And then I lashed out at her after I got everything I needed. And she got mad at me for saying, why are you getting so upset when I'm just looking out for you? And I said, I'm getting upset because you knew he had a girlfriend and you still went forward and did all of that stuff. That's why I'm upset. Because as a person, if you know the person has somebody and they're going through something or whatever, and you are actually sitting there, now you're going to come and talk to me? No, absolutely not.
Well, he could have, the guy, in this case, your guy, he could have fed her a whole bullshit.
Oh no, I found out the story. He told her we were going through something. We were arguing. We were in a fight. Didn't say that we broke up, but that we were
okay, because I was gonna say, because what happens if he said, oh, we broke up? Nope. And like
he said that he was upset because he was arguing with his girlfriend and blah blah blah, and she was his shoulder to cry on. And then one thing led to another, and it was like a one night thing. And first of all, I couldn't believe she even reached out to me. I mean, thank you, I guess. Thank you for opening my eyes to something I may not have ever known. But at the same time, I don't know. It really got under my skin. It really did. And then when I confronted him on it, he had the audacity to try to downplay, like, no, this didn't really happen. And you want to know something? She had given me her number too, because she's like, if you ever want to talk about this, like as if I would. So I turned that into him and I said, well, I have her number. We could call her right now because someone's lying and it's not me. It's one of you guys. So let's get to the bottom of it. He ended up storming out because obviously he was caught. I ended up packing up his shit and tossing it out the apartment. Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, motherfucker. You want to fucking pull that shit with me? Bye. Sleep in your car. I don't care what happens to you because you know what? You didn't care about me at that moment.
Exactly. And that's where the strong woman comes in. We're not like the girl, the wife with the iPad that saw and cheated on, he cheated on her multiple times and still wants to make it work. Honey, move on. There are millions and billions of people on this earth.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I always say,
Keep
at
it
the end of the
moving.
day, even if you might have had a great relationship, within time, some things come to an end and it's okay.
But how could it even be that good? He's cheating multiple times.
But
It can't be that good. But in their mind, in their sick mind, it's like they think of the 3 good things that they do over and over versus the 20 bad things they do.
But see, that's a woman who is very weak and who also is very insecure because apparently she doesn't feel like she could do any better. So she wants to hold on to what she thinks is good for her. However, he doesn't give a flying rat's ass about her because he's out and about. Since the first year they were together, he's been out and about doing his thing. So that's why I say, you know what? Everybody has an expiration date in everything. When it comes to your life, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your jobs, there's an expiration date on everything. When you go and exceed your expiration date, that's when things go wrong. So I always say, do the things that make you happy. When it's time to come to an end, it's time to come to an end. And yes, when you're, look at Nyla back here.
I know.
When things come to an end, it's going to be sad. It's going to be upsetting. I get it. But you know what? It doesn't mean that there's not, you know, a rainbow on the other side of happiness. You know, you can end up ending the relationship you're in, that you're cheating on someone, be in a new relationship and never cheat on that person because you are ultimately happy from the inside out. So to me, I always say, don't hold on to something just because you're comfortable. Don't hold on to something just because it's what you know, or because you've been with that person for so long. Everything comes to an end and everyone will move forward and get over it. And you know what? At the end of the day, maybe that other person's waiting for you to leave so that you could all be happy.
Yep.
Because again,
let it go, like Frozen says.
Communication.
Like Frozen says, let it go, let it go.
That's why I say at the end of the day, the C word, communication.
Yes.
Communicate with your partner if you are unhappy about anything, if you want things to work, if you want to try to fix things, because you know what? If you put in all that effort and you still don't get any type of result, that's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, but you keep getting the same one. It's time to just close that chapter and move the F on. Move on and be happy.
Amen, sister. Amen.
And with that said, we got to kick into our bonus segment because I know you wanted to make a special shout out.
Of course, I want to give actually a shout out to all who ran the New York City Marathon this past Sunday. They were joined over 30,000 runners, including Chelsea Clinton and a bunch of actors. And 2 actually of my friends ran in it. Pete Stratty from Astoria. So big ups to him, and my friend Nick, owner of Roslyn Social in Roslyn. So shout out to them. And yes, so they weaved through all 5 boroughs, starting from the Verrazano Bridge to Staten Island and making their way back to Central Park.
You know what?
So
God bless everybody that was running, because I can barely run 1 or 2 miles, let alone 26. That's insane. They're running through all the boroughs. Literally, like, I need a car to get through all the boroughs. I can't have go-go gadget legs going on over here.
I know. And actually Sunday, the little walking that we did, that's when I said, I'm done. I'm starting my diet. I'm starting my running on my treadmill, and I started Monday. So 2nd day today, I'm doing 60-day challenge, working out, keto. So no carbs, but very little carbs, maybe like towards the end. But, you know, I've done it before. I've lost 30 pounds. I've gained my 30 pounds back pretty much. So 27 pounds to be exact. So I'm ready. That motivated me. So thank you to all you runners who ran in the marathon.
And I will say your videos are motivating me, because I walked from my apartment in Central Park yesterday, walked half of the park, saw where the marathon was because they still had the bleacher set up, saw some of the runners because they were walking around with their medals on their neck and their t-shirts. And I'm just like, man, if they can do it, I can't complain about trying to do 10,000 steps a day. I just can't complain about it anymore. So got to get it done.
Keep it healthy, everybody. Keep it healthy.
Yes. And if you guys have anything you need to chime in with, if you have any comments based upon what we talked about today, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions that you would like for us to maybe turn into topics, you can feel free to DM us at any point because we would love your feedback. And of course, we'll keep you anonymous. We won't say who it was. And of course, any sponsors that would like to get involved with the show, send us a DM, let us know. And make sure you tell your friends to check out This Is the Ace. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. And you can also follow us personally. Mine is Astra on the air.
And mine's Cynthia521.
And now it's off to celebrate the birthday.
Yes. And until next time,
never settle
and know your worth. Cheers.